Coco came in and went, what are you doing? You're an assistant, ripped it all up and was dressing them as they got on stage. And that tells you a lot about the approach of the two different people.
I really enjoyed the new look, and I thought it was fascinating to watch you become Christian Dior, who is someone ubiquitous in our, in pop culture as an ideal. What steps did you take to really make him flesh and blood for you?
I think I'm not even sure to a degree what steps I took, but I mean, learnt a little bit, got a sense of, watched some films from the period, absorbed what I could of the vibe of Parisian, understanding that, it's a lot different, that many years ago, and just getting a sense, watched him and stepped out and tried to act with, remain in good faith towards everything,
Of course, fashion is what we know him for best, but in the series, it really feels like the heart of his story is his relationship with his sister, with Catherine. Can you talk about the back and forth with Maisie and kind of like learning about this sibling dynamic together?
It's really funny because Maisie was nowhere on the canvas for Catherine. Todd had never seen or didn't know who she was. I had spent enormous amounts of time with her and I was nuts about her. And she just came through, and this was sort of the fate that she just came through and grabbed the role by her dignity, her seriousness. And I don't know how we did what we did, other than we understood that we were going on a journey, and we were pretty gentle with each other and enjoyed each other while still giving each other a lot of space. And we just trusted each other, really. I think we just trusted and enjoyed each other, and then did the scenes as they came. And as an audience, it's a profound effect, but for us it was gentle and we had time, and then we would go in there. And I think we like each other too. I think we like each other in a professional sense, and we enjoyed each other and trusted each other, really.
Coco Chanel, of course, casts a big shadow professionally in Dior's life, but also, as the other half of this show.
Yeah.
But you don't get that many scenes with her in person. Can you talk about your thoughts on how Dior feels, like how Christian feels about Coco and back and forth?
It's hard for me it's a difficult thing to do, to be able to sort of tell how someone feels about someone else. But I can tell you that he was at one time her assistant on a Jean Cocteau play, and Coco Chanel was just not appearing at any stage. And then Christian dressed had been working on all these sketches, dressed them. Coco came in and went, what are you doing? You're an assistant, ripped it all up and was dressing them as they got on stage. And that tells you a lot about the approach of the two different people. So he had been stung, I think, but he wasn't in any competition with her until she returns or whatever. But they don't interact. So we can't, sort of, it does a disservice, I think, to an audience if we sort of conveniently have them talking about, I've been having a hard time here. But, we will take, I think they are people that are working at a level that she isn't, that have the luxury of feeling like they know what's what, and they're in a position to sort of condemn and this and that. And it's a very polarised time. But, I couldn't tell you how he felt about her, other than I'm sure he finds her daunting in some way. And she's like, there's no one name that encapsulates fashion more than that one name. So, her achievements, her survival, etc., are undeniable.
Finally, I love Talos. I was so sad when Secret Invasion took him from me. Is there more you'd like to explore for him? How did you feel about that ending?
I think at times the board needs to be cleared. They need to clear the board. Things need to come to an end. But I also think when you're dealing with worlds where magic and variation happens, whoever knows, I would say that Dr. Doom remains the finest, the most fully realised character that I consider in that thing. But I would also say this. Don't make the mistake of thinking that the new look is about fashion, it's about Christian Dior or Coco Chanel or World War II. It's not about any of those things. It's a incredibly entertaining, brilliantly constructed thing by the same guy who had worked on The Sopranos, Damages, Bloodline, and now this. All you have to do is step through the door and we'll take care of the rest.
Thank you so much. I had a great time watching it. Have
Thank
a great
you
day.
so much. Appreciate it.